Can we unmute you? Hold on, I'll unmute you. Reclaim host. Unmute Nerissa, unmute Len. Unmute. Okay. Ayan. Naka-unmute na kayo.
Okay.
Can I check your audio, Len and Nerissa?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very clear, Len.
Okay, thank
Nerissa, how
you.
about you? Nerissa, we can't hear you. Can you unmute yourself?
Mute myself. Okay.
Ayan. Amazing. Hello. Ayan.
Hello.
Ayan. So, Nerissa, nakita mo na ba si Rosa Katrina Ortega from Security Bank Academy? Yan, she's here na. We have people calling from Taytay Rizal. Oh, Christina Juaneza. Lala from Santa Rosa, Laguna. Hello, mabuhay po, Christina.
Where is Jean?
I know, right? Len, please move your plant farther. It's hitting your head.
Sabi?
Talagang may comment.
Kaya? Ang layo ko kaya.
Ma'am Nerissa. Oh yan, si Jean Margaret Nerissa, oh. I'm also from Security Bank Academy. Welcome.
Hello.
Yan. Grabe ang hakot mo, Nerissa, ha? Talagang ano.
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Can you ask people to write what your baon is? Anong drinks na dala nyo? Careful lang ha, bawal daw ang liquor. So, let us know what you got. For my case, it's lemonade. Mukha lang fancy yung glass. Ayan, no, nakalagay problem solver. Ayan. Si Nerissa is what do you have, Nerissa?
Cranberry juice.
Oh, di ba? Arte natin. How about you,
Oo, ako sparkling lemonade.
Yay. Yeah, nice. So si Rhea David ay Sprite with lemon water. Ay, very safe yan. Jean Margaret, coffee. Sana iced coffee yan, Gina. Diba? Hot afternoon, everyone. Coffee pa din. Sabi ni Rosa Katrina, brewed coffee. All right, amazing. So in 10 minutes, we will be able to start na. So just keep yourself muna, like, amused. Len,
Yeah?
kamusta yung how's your husband who decorated your background? Was he excited for you when you guessed it?
Oh, yes. Medyo obvious naman dito sa kanyang mga pasuporta, di ba? So, of course, when I told him na we need to create a more relaxed environment, and then I told him, I wonder where I will set it up. I initially said I wanted it in the garden. Ay, yeah. Diyos ko, tirik na tirik ang araw doon. Huhulas naman ang makeup ko. So kaya sabi ko, hindi pala pwede. Change blocking. Dito na lang tayo sa loob ng bahay.
Correct. Ang ganda sana sa labas, no? Like kung hindi sobrang...
Yeah, I know, right? So, and hindi lang mainit, as in super init talaga ngayon. It's correct. Really very humid.
I heard 40, like, nag-43 to, meron pang 47 ako nakita sa Albay yata yun.
Oh, grabe.
Grabe, no? 47. How about you, Nerissa? What's the concept behind your
This is
background?
My workplace. So I have a small craft room at home. So all my trinkets, whatever, they're all here. Painting.
Nice.
Later, I'll share na lang my other hobbies apart from work.
Correct. O si Pauline Barrero, ang dala daw niya ay lemon water. O, di ba?
Lemon water.
Ang social talaga yan. Yung sa akin dito, kalamansi lang, wala akong lemon. Kasi ang mahal ng lemon ngayon, napansin nyo?
Sobra. Nagmahal siya talaga.
Oo.
I guess because of demand.
Nestor Habson, brewed coffee. Go yan, sir.
Yeah.
Yan lang puro 3-in-1 kasi yung coffee ko dito sa bahay. Medyo na kung gumamit. Alright. Okay, ayan. So we have like 8 minutes left. This is what we can do. We can probably do some short introductions muna, no? And I can start with myself, and then we can engage the audience who are already here. We can introduce ourselves based on like what we currently do. That's the first thing that we can mention. Tapos let's share three things that are like very like trivia about us. Like anong interest natin. And I want to encourage the audience to do the same thing kasi like we have 21 people already in the call, no? You say three general things about you that we would be glad to know. Baka mamaya magulat kami na may mga parehas pala tayo na interest dito. Tapos we can eventually have, more conversations after. So I'll start. So my name is John Baluyot. I'm currently the president of the Philippine Society for Talent Development and also the CEO and co-founder of a startup company called Positive Workplaces. Tatlo ang pinagkakaabalahan ko ngayon. So number one, well, apart from PSTD and Positive Workplaces, which like 70% of my time na. Pero number one, I love watching Friends in Netflix. I've watched Friends, I think 17 times over and over. And over meals, I just won't stop. I think it's like one of the best sitcoms in the world. The second one is I love playing games. So I always have a console beside me like whenever I get stressed, pag sobrang dami ko nagagawa and we need that mental break. So I have a console. And the third thing is on a physical level, dahil wala kami masyadong workout na instructions here. We do Zumba. So as in like we do Zumba every morning just to get the sweat out and just to get the energy up. So yun. So yun ang aking tatlong pinagkakabalahan. Maybe we can go to Len. About you, can you please tell us something about yourself and what are the things na medyo pinagkakaabalahan mo during ECQ ngayon?
Okay, so aside from being a marketing practitioner, I am from Pampanga, so therefore I am a mean cook. Okay, I'm very picky and mapinta sa pagkain. Sorry. So second, I am an oil bularia. Yes, you heard it right. Oil bularia, made of oils. I'm into essential oils. As in, I concoct my own mga recipes in terms of aromatherapy. I make my own facial wash,
Right.
body wash, fem wash, lip
Oh,
balm. So it's my ano into chem-free living. So even the mga disinfectant that we have here in the house. So I'm into that. I'm so much into essential oil. So that's why while this session is ongoing, I made sure I will inhale my oils. Okay. So I made this necklace diffuser. And the third one, I am a homeschooling advocate. So
wow.
I homeschooled my son in 2008. Well, he's in college right now. So, syempre, hindi ko na siya homeschool. Okay. So, especially, this um, times of crisis, COVID crisis, our audience may want to rethink about homeschooling, and I'll be happy to assist you if you have queries.
Oh, no, that's nice.
Yeah, those are the things that are keeping me busy.
Thank you, Len. Na-conscious ako dun sa oil bolario kasi like I'm very oily all the time. So medyo iba yung pinanggagalingan ko dyan.
Eh, pang facial wash ako para dyan.
Maki-advise nga ako please kasi hirap na ako sa pagiging oily ko everyday. Sige, thank you, Len. How about you, Nerissa? Can you share a little bit
Hello
about it?
everyone, I'm Nerissa. I don't have a nickname, so just call me Nerissa. I am the SVP and Head of Human Capital Management of Security Bank. So just so that you're aware, I'm just 3 weeks old with the bank, with security. So I'm a newbie there, but I'm loving it. So hobbies. So I like to bake. In fact, companies I used to work for, if we are to encourage employees to attend our activities, the first 100 cupcakes, donate ko yun.
Wow!
Yeah, so if this was not a virtual meeting, I would have baked red velvet cupcakes for everyone. But unfortunately, hindi. So, next time, siguro. So I love to bake. I'm into crafts, so I have this place at home where I can be left for like 8 hours full time. I can do whatever I have. So I have everything here in the room, from
Right.
manicure, pedicure, gel nails, andito, pre-cut, yung mga personalized stuff, they're all here. I also make jewelry. I do jewelry making as well.
Right.
Hindi naman sobrang complicated. And at one point, I tried painting
Nice.
So I think the side of me is very active. So when I am working, I want to be able to do something differently from work. One of the things that I really started maybe about 5 years ago is really exercise because I also love to eat. More importantly, I love to eat sweets.
Right.
So I exercise every day. As in,
What's your routine? What's your
so
exercise routine?
dati when I go to work, I usually go to the gym. So I
Mm.
wake up early, 5:30 in the morning. I hit the gym. I'm there at about 6:30. I'm there till about 8 to 8:30. Then in the office at 9.
Yeah.
So since ECQ, it's exercise sa how. So I just go YouTube, search for anything that can keep me active for about 30 minutes. And that's it. Then I go under the sun for 15 minutes. Then I take a shower and go to work. So that's
Na?
my routine.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Nerissa. Natuwa ako doon sa sa jewelry making. Kasi di ba yung mga bata tayong hilig-hilig natin yung mga beads lang ganyan.
Meron
Tapos
ako
nagawa ka lang ng kwintas. Let's try to read some of the introduction of the people. Sabi ni Marivic Sevilla, my name is Marivic and I'm currently the acting head of corporate planning and business development, Department of Tourism Promotions Board. Wow. I have exercising but I love playing badminton and dancing. Ayan. Tapos she also loves watching Designated Survivor. Oh my god, I've watched it but only until season 2. So, no spoilers. Si LV Tarobal, who's one of our board of trustees here. Happy viewing and learning stuff to get occupied about during ECQ. Ayan. Oh, we have Janine from Davao. Oh, Janine, who's calling from Davao. Hello, second time ko na po here. Masaya akong makilala kayo. Masaya rin kami, Janine, na makilala. I
nice.
hope everything's going well there. Ano pa ba? Yan, Jean Gonzalez, hello. And Evie, hello. Si Mary Adeline, sabi niya, K-drama and Friends season 6 already. Oh my God, panalo yung Friends. Ituloy-tuloy mo yan. 2 webinars for the win. That's right. And then 3 is, 4,000 steps a day as exercise. Is
Oh,
that inside your
where?
house?
How and where can you do
I
that?
know. Is that inside your house? Kasi like, we're having a hard time. Pwede kaming lumabas dito kasi like we have a common area in the condo. Pero natatakot ako kasi baka mamaya may ibang Alam mo na, baka makahawa. So hindi ako lumalabas. So yun. Alright. Siguro since it's already 3 o'clock. Ayan. Ay, sabi ni Janine, teaching assistant ako on ECQ mode sa amin. Kaya encourage ako na mag-webinar. Sa CSC, which is Civil Service Commission Regional page ko nakita ang magandang webinar. Oy, maraming salamat CSC for sharing this. I know sila sila Miss Zara or sila Miss Lucy ang usually nagse-share nitong mga webinars natin ito. Elvita Robal, let me share what I do to keep fit. I exercise using the fire exit.
Wow.
Creative yun
Tama naman, di ba?
Creative no use of fire exit na yon. Gagawin ko yan, LB, promise. Si Trina, Program Manager for Digital Learning of Security Bank. I collect Funko Pops. I know that.
Yeah.
Funko Pops. And I'm a fitness buff. If you want to work out from home, try the Nike Training Club. Sige. We will try that out. Sige. Ayan. So we have a lot of people. Oh my God, we're already 49 participants. Ang galing. Ang bilis, no? Let's start na so that we can encourage more discussions. So before I share my slides, siguro for everyone, no? Can you share in the chat box what drink you brought with you today? Kasi chillax tayo, di ba? So we all know that si Len has already said that she has
Sparkling lemonade.
sparkling lemonade. And then Nerissa has
Cranberry juice.
cranberry juice. And then for me, this is just lemonade. So yon. What about you? Let's see kung ano ang inyong mga para we can start reading while I'm sharing my screen. Ayan. Okay na ba? Can you see my slides, ladies?
Not yet.
Still loading.
Loading. There.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay, I can't see my chat. Wait lang. Maybe because I'm in a different box. Okay, there you go. Can you see my can you see my chat box? No naman, no.
No.
No, so you just can see you can just see my slides.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. All right, thank you. Ayan, so let's start. Si Janine, ang kanyang baon ay water and banana. Krisha, lemonade. Um, Krisha and apple. Evie, hot lemon ginger. That's salabat, right?
Okay yan.
Gusto ko yung
Especially for this
mapaganda ng boses. 'Di ba? Water. Si Christina, water. Abraham Dalit, water with a lot of ice. Nothing beats H2O. That's true.
correct.
Luz.
And we need to drink a lot of water talaga, no?
Oo, like, kasi daming nag-heat stroke recently. Artichoke tea, si Luz Mercurio. Tanglad juice. What's tanglad? That's
Lemongrass.
lemongrass, okay. Cold choco milk drink si Marvic. Yay. Uy, maraming salamat ha. Talagang sinunod nyo yung bring a drink. Talagang yan kailangan natin kasi kailangan nating subukang i-replicate yung chillax na atmosphere even when we're in Zoom. Kasi people have this perception na when you're in Zoom, parating formal ka agad. That's not true. We can always replicate some of the things that we have been doing in our face-to-face into Zoom if we only put our minds into it and we see how it exactly works. Si Flary, I'm not a TV person. I don't. I love learning new skills. I cook. I recognize new spices. Yay! PSTD is my energizer. I love it. Thank you so much, Flary. Lemongrass, ginger, and lemon drink with a bit of cayenne pepper. Grabe talagang gumawa siya ng ng concoction. Panalo ka, Leonor Reyes. We love you so much. Okay. So siguro now that we're able to break some of the ice, let's continue with why we're here in the first place. Ayan. Bumalaw masyado yung screen ko, no? Ayan. So for today, what we will do is we will chillax with PSTD. There are 4 things that you can expect today, di ba? So number 1 is we're gonna recap the major learnings from this part of the week. And I'll show you later what those themes are para naka-compartmentalize tayo dun lang sa 3 themes na yun. The second one is don't be afraid to say Taglish or communicate in Taglish. Okay lang kasi we want also to be comfortable with one another. At saka gusto nating makagamit ng mga localized and tangible examples. Kasi napansin nyo na minsan pag nagdi-discuss tayo ng sobrang cerebral, tapos nandun sa webinars, ang hirap minsan i-imagine kung paano siya i-implement. So yung Chillax, tutulungan natin yung sarili natin na makagawa ng mga tangible examples and localized ones para magamit natin. Right? Para magamit nyo. Tapos fourth is, mas may airtime ang audience dito sa Chillax. Okay? So please ready your responses in chat. Number 1, please ready your comments when we ask for your insights and your opinions. And number 3, for the brave of the brave, please ready yourself to actually talk today. Kasi pag meron kaming gustong marinig sa inyo, we can unmute you, tapos we can ask you to share just like what we did last time. All right? A few reminders though. For now, everyone will be on mute because we want to manage the flow of information. Diba? Sabi nga nung mga ating previous na speakers before, the lesser distractions in Zoom, the higher the learning. So we are going to try to manage the flow of information by minimizing the distractions. Second is, yung questions nyo, pakilagay po dun sa Q&A tab. Kasi may Q&A tab, merong chat tab. Yung Q&A, doon namin babasahin yung mga questions. Yung chat, doon namin babasahin yung inyong mga comments, yung inyong mga inputs or insights. All right? So, there you go. Those are the only reminders that we have for the day. Meron tayong question sa Q&A. Sagutin na natin kaagad. No, Ma'am Len, saan po ang probinsya nyo sa Pampanga?
Santa Ana po malapit sa Arayat. Sa Mount Arayat po kami malapit.
Ayan. O, diba?
Kapampangan po ka ba kayo?
Kapampangan siya. Si ano to? Si Luid. Hindi. Ano ibig sabihin ng Luid po? Sabi niya, is that language?
No, I don't think that's a...
Baka it's a name. Okay. Ayan. Okay, so I hope it's clear with everyone, no? Use your chat for comments and inputs. Use your Q&A for questions lang. Alright. Now, ano yung three themes natin? Ito. The first one is, what are the top qualities of leaders ba who are driving digital transformation? That's the first theme. The second theme is, what's the importance of L&D in developing org culture during crisis? Okay, di ba? Patawad, pinag-isipan namin ng bongga yan. So, okay, magulo. The third one is, how do we form learning communities using digital tools? Okay? Okay ba yan, mga ating mga attendees for today? Okay pa ba yung audio ko, Len and Nerissa? Hindi, wala pang popcorn.
Medyo static ka dyan.
Oo. May pa-popcorn effect na naman.
May pa-popcorn effect na siya.
Ayan, that's better.
It's better. All right, cool. Baka lang, may nagda-download lang sa kapitbahay, nagnanakaw ng internet. Okay. Okay, so let's start the discussion, no, while your internet is clear. Let's start with the top qualities of leaders driving digital transformation. And this one, I want to ask the question muna to Len and also to Nerissa. In your organizations, like in Pioneer Insurance and also in Security Bank, can you tell us the top 2 qualities ng mga leaders nyo who are currently driving digital transformation? Kasi the idea behind this is from Beth's talk. Si Beth Desomo kasi, she talked about the developing digital leaders. So we want to know from your organizations kung ano yung top 2 qualities ng mga leaders na nagda-drive ng digital transformation. So that yung mga audience natin can also start to discuss and fill in what they think are the top qualities of leaders leading digital transformation. Siguro let's start with Nerissa.
Right. So fairly new, no? But Security Bank, as you may know, has been a progressive bank over the years. So what I've seen so far is that 2 qualities. There's actually quite a number to speak of, but I think that qualities would relate to being agile as a leader, a agile leader. Ito yung hindi natatakot sa change. People who are actually going to confront and want to understand the change. And when they see that change is important, they also ask the question, why? So it's not so much about why we need to purchase technology or why do we have to have a certain technology, but what type of technology will actually improve the way we service our customers? How can we, remain to be competitive in the market, and how we can also reinforce our current workforce to be more productive. So these are people who are externally focused. So they're not just looking at what's going on within the bank, but what's also happening outside. So I think which is key, because the bank does not want to be left behind. In fact, they want to be ahead as much as possible. So that's so far the kind of qualities that I see, at least in the leaders that I'm currently working with at Security Bank.
All right. Thank you so much, Len. I mean, that's very relevant, no? Especially the agility part. Kasi, alam mo, lahat tayo nandun sa part na crisis, tapos wala naman talaga tayong alam masyado kung ano ba yung mangyayari next because hindi pa natin na-experience agad no? So when you mentioned agility, parang, o nga naman, kailangan mas mabilis mag-adjust yung mga tao, depende kung ano yung magiging direction. Kasi lahat to bago sa iba. Diba? Tama, diba? Bago to sa atin lahat.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Siguro, let's go to Len. Len, what about for you, for Pioneer? What do you think are the top?
Well, first, what we would like to emphasize muna, before I mention the 2 leadership qualities, there is a big difference between digital transformation and digitization. Okay? So not because you're using technology and you shifted from manual to automatic, or what we call sometimes manomatic, diba? You combine a hybrid manomatic, you are already doing digital transformation. I don't think so. Digital transformation is much, much larger than just merely digitizing. Kasi yung digital transformation, it's a journey. It's really a planned, structured, organizational change that you need to do in order to empower and equip the company, and at the same time that becomes your competitive leverage. So, malaking difference talaga ng digitization lang versus yung totoong digital transformation. So, if the question is about what should be the top qualities of leaders driving digital transformation, well, number one, I think it's very important to have the visionary leadership. Kasi vision to Imagine, especially if others are not doing it yet or you'd like to disrupt the current na ginagawa. Like for example, in our case, insurance. Anong alam natin na way of selling insurance? Diba face-to-face? Ini-explain. Then all of a sudden, with digital transformation, you will also introduce, apart from that one, mga end-to-end digital or online or the way of selling insurance, hindi na face-to-face lang. Meron ka ng option to go to the e-commerce, di ba? Where you can buy. In fact, may mga ibang, from our end, meron na kaming end-to-end e-commerce. The others, they also resort to Lazada or the others naman. So yung ganon, iba-ibang partnership. So ang digital transformation, dapat yung leader, nakikita niya talaga yung future. So future fluent, ika nga, na hindi lang yung ngayon ang nakikita mo. Tapos the second quality, I think, apart from, I'd like to point out nga rin kasana kanina, agility, but since nasabi na, kailangan mag-isip ako ng iba pa, di ba? So, boldness naman.
Gusto ko yung competitive guys.
Oo, parang, nasabi na yung gusto ko sabihin. Parang, yung boldness, di ba? You have to be bold. Kasi, number one, sa digital transformation, hindi po mura ito. It requires investment because you are investing for not just, as mentioned, just for today, kundi yung future. So in 2019, early 2019, when we started our digital transformation journey, alam naming dapat may tapang. Kasi kung mapapa-atras ka una sa cost, 'di ba? Parang ano daw ang mahal. Pangalawa, the work that will entail the transformation. So, kung hindi buo yung loob mo, kung hindi ka matapang, mapapaurong ka So, I guess those two for me are the most important qualities, the vision and the boldness.
Thanks, Len. Gusto ko i-highlight yung sagot mo dun sa tapang, no? Kasi ang dami na natatakot and not because they don't have the money, but because they don't know what to invest on, especially because of the uncertainty. To make siguro that aspect much meatier, no? Can we talk about, kasi you mentioned kanina na what's the difference between digitization and digital transformation. Siguro himayin natin para sa mga tao. Ano ba yung mga aspeto para masabi mo na digital transformation siya? Can you share that with us?
Okay, yes. As I've mentioned, digital transformation is a whole package, no? Hindi lang siya technology, there's also structure. Kasi 'di ba kapag nag-digital transformation ka and you use let's say chatbot or artificial intelligence or bigla kailangan online na lahat, 'di ba? Or not exactly lahat, but like your payments or the way you issue your policies for our end from our end. Ang digital transformation would also require mindset. Diba? So yung mindset dapat, which later on will be tackled dun sa learning and development, kasama yun sa digital transformation. Hindi lang dapat yung leader ang nag-iisip na, this is where the future is and this is where we will go. The entire company, the colleagues, the other members of the corporation should follow. And that would require mindsetting, di ba? So hindi dinidictate lang. Kailangan the people who will be behind it will also believe in the vision. And then culture. So as you change the system kasi empowers culture, di ba? So you are developing the system para ma-develop din yung culture or vice versa, 'di ba? Kailangan ng culture para ma-develop yung system. So the component of the technical part should always be complemented by the mindset, the culture, and the purpose. So, yun yung sinasabi kong component niya.
Okay.
Klaro ba? O
Yep.
heavy ba? O gusto nyo
I
akong
can weave it.
digest
I
ko
can
pang
weave it a
konti?
bit. I can weave it a bit later. But But thank you. I got exactly what you're talking about. I want to hear from Nerissa. What's her take on that? Nerissa, ano sa tingin mo naman yung components on digital marketing digital transformation in relation to what Len said?
Well, ako kasi ang importance is, again, to what Len mentioned, there has to be a vision. And I think also partly it's the communication that's also very important. Is the intent to transform the organization that will impact the culture in general. So, ano yan, collaboration across the various functions within the bank or within the company in order for them to understand what's my role in this transformation journey and what's expected of me. And therefore, when you go through a transformation, it has to be very, very clear exactly the why. Why are we doing it? And what is expected of us to be able to get to where we want to go. Because if it's only the leaders who are talking and they're not able to translate that or articulate what the vision is and how we're going to get there, mawawala yung other parts of the organization. So there has to be a strong collaboration when this happens. So in my mind, really, as I mentioned a while back, there are really various qualities that a person who's leading digital transformation should have. It's about having a vision. It's also being a strong influencer, whereby you're also able to articulate where you want to bring the organization. But you cannot certainly do it all by yourself, right? You need to be supported by people within the company, and that's where the communication will have to happen. You also have to take a lot of risks in the process because you're not even certain that that might be the right thing to do, but because you are also looking at ways to improve how things should be done, then you will have to take small risks until you achieve the overall end in mind that you have in mind.
Right. Okay, thank you. Let me try to synthesize that. Parang what I'm getting from both of you is that digital is a space. It's a plane where things can exist. So like for example, right now, the plane is physical or analog, wherein we can do a lot of these things on a face-to-face level. But I think when you talk about digital, it's a space wherein we can also have our businesses, our organizations, our cultures in. Tama ba? Yun yung idea, di ba? Na merong space wherein digital, the world is starting to fill in that digital space because that's where everyone is going, right? Now, the digital transformation that you're talking about is papaano makakapunta yung mga tao doon sa espasyo na yon, right? Di ba? In the direction where everyone else is going. And I like when you talked about vision. Kasi it's very important. If you're totally going to shift your paradigm from present until going to digital, it requires a very big goal. Kasi sobrang laking change nun di ba? So that vision is very important for digital transformation. And then you started talking about strategies, no? Ano ba yung mga strategies na yun? May culture strategy tayo, meron tayong comms strategy, meron tayong systems strategies. So, ang understanding ko ngayon sa sinasabi nyo is meron tayong goal na malaki, which is the vision, which is very important, which is to go to transform to the digital plane. And then yung mga strategies kailangan align. Kasi yun yung mga nag-a-align sa tao. So, yung kultura, yung sistema, ganyan. Kasi yung sabi nga ni Len kanina, yung systems, they empower culture. Right? So, in which case, it's very nice that if we have all of those together, lining up towards that vision. Tama?
Oo. Siguro para mas relevant sa iba din yung mga examples. Let me cite Airbnb as an example, di ba? So in the past, paano ba tayo mag-book ng mga hotels natin pag kami pupuntahan tayo? Nung option na, let's say you go to the website of the hotels, Sa atin, ano na yun? Uy, high-tech, pwede ka nang mag-book online sa website, di ba? So we were already happy. But when Airbnb introduced another concept where you don't need to build your own hotel, di ba? So sila as a company, um, they are now, I think, the largest accommodations portal without owning any real estate, di ba?
Yeah.
So that is digital transformation.
Mm.
Meron bang nakaisip nun dati na parang uh, you will venture into a hotel business without putting up your own hotel, di ba? Pero siya, naisip nila yon na parang it's because of digital transformation. They did not just digitize, but they changed the way the industry operates, di ba?
Right.
So
Right.
yun yung difference. So kung dati yung website tingin natin pwede kang mag-reserve doon, pwede kang magbayad, digitization yon. But when Airbnb introduced the concept of having accommodations business without putting up your own hotel, that is digital transformation.
Thank you. That's such a very concrete example, and I think people are able to relate to that easily. No, let's read some of their responses. Sabi ni LV, I agree. Digital transformation is larger because it takes an organization to review their task, their people, their structure, and their drivers of change.
Mhm.
And leadership, stakeholders, and performance measures are very important when it comes to getting there. Um, Sabi ni Edgar, total transformation talaga from all sides. Correct. And Evie also said, totally agree that the shift in mindset and culture change will drive the digital transformation.
Meron
Leon,
din po si Leon. Yeah, si Leon.
yeah. Ayan, sabi ni Leon, clarity of what is in it for me fuels motivation both for leaders and members. Leaders must manage fear of members that the success of digital transformation can make them redundant or current
Yes.
skills obsolete.
Correct.
Correct.
Sobrang controversial nito. I want you ladies to answer this. Sige.
Right. So, I've gone through several transformation in companies I've worked with, and always it's really the what's in it for me. So when you introduce certain change, the impact on the person actually is the first thing that employees will think about. If we're transforming, if we're doing a major change, how will that impact me professionally? Questions like, will my role will still be valuable? Will I still be needed? But when you transform an organization, roles will evolve, right?
Yeah.
So it's not simply just saying, obsolete ka na, so mawawala ka. But if you, as a person, you're willing enough to be able to learn something different than what you are currently doing, and that you have, first kasi is you have to have a buy-in.
Hmm.
You have to have a buy-in in terms of how is this change going to help me as an individual.
Yeah.
Kailangan merong meaning yan sa employee for them to be motivated to be part of that change. And which is
Correct.
why, to me, communications really plays a vital role in ensuring that employees actually get it, that they really know why it's important
Right.
before you could even go through a transformation journey. Ano yan eh, nobody gets left behind, ika nga, di ba? Pag meron kang gusto mo walang naiiwan, dapat lahat get yan, nag-gets nila kung ano yung gusto mong pagawa.
Correct.
And when that happens, they will need to understand that there may be changes structurally, there may be changes in the roles that they play, but it will evolve. And I think that now we're moving into a new normal, right? Where probably you will not maybe see too much classroom trainings in the future. Example lang, di ba? The roles of the trainers will significantly change. You know, it may not be classroom, but it will be more interactive, just like what we're having here right now. But you still do what you do, except that you may be using a different platform. It may be in a different channel, but you evolve and you learn a different skill altogether.
Yeah.
So kung dati classroom ka, ngayon audience with
Right.
virtual. Right? And that's a skill, no? Because some people find it really hard to go through a virtual engagement because some of them they don't know their participants. If you do a
Correct.
classroom training, you see the reaction. Here, you don't know, right? So it's again a different kind of change, but that's the way moving forward, and that's probably something that has to be clear that when transformation is there, dapat klaro yun sa employees.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Nerissa. Gusto ko yung highlight mo na um it's the job of the top management to establish buy-in, eh, 'di ba? Like the vision and then the buy-in and how to communicate that. But I think you also emphasize accountability on the part of people whose jobs may evolve. Kasi I think iniisip ng mga tao na responsibilidad lang parati ng top management or ng kumpanya na i-retain yung trabaho. Pero sa kanila mismo, medyo nahihirapan sila na hindi kailangan ako rin mag-adjust. 'Di ba? And to what you're saying na their jobs may be retained but it will evolve. Kaya lang sila mismo kailangan nilang maging willing doon sa evolution. 'Di ba?
Exactly.
Kasi everyone naman is starting to be less relevant if you don't adjust there, right? So, Len, what can you say about that? 'Di ba? How do you think people can start to accept the reality na mag-adjust din ako kasi baka maging irrelevant ako doon sa movement ng company?
Oo. Actually, when we introduced our digital transformation journey phase by phase to the employees, key in the presentation is to communicate. Number one, hindi po ito ibig sabihin magma-massive layoff ng tao, di ba? Because nga you're doing digital transformation. It only means that it's a way to assess yourself. How can I be relevant in this journey? Parang saan ako dyan, di ba? At if that is happening, so therefore, what are the new skills that I need to learn? Kasi yung mga ibang, when you do digital transformation, usually, di ba, yung mga unang-unang tinatamaan, for example, finance, di ba? Kasi nga, now you have a new system that can do things end-to-end. But the analysis would always require a human intervention, di ba? So, hindi lahat ng numero, pwede mong system na lang yung mag-generate nun. Somebody needs to analyze that. And somebody needs to interpret the meaning of those numbers. So then that's when you can become relevant, di ba? So kung dati encode ka lang ng encode, ngayon kailangan ka magpasikat na, teka muna, ma'am, meron din akong analysis ha. Di ba? May pa-analysis ako dyan. So do not just be a mere encoder. Kasi nga, pwede kang ma-replace later on eh. But if you are putting in an extra mile, an ability that cannot be done by a computer or by a system, then may silbi ka, diba? So and then next, there are also other opportunities for you to assess na, kung nandito akong department ngayon, baka pwede rin akong lumipat sa isang department where I can bring in my other skills, diba? Kasi it's also possible that you got into that position because that was the opening when you applied for that job. Right. But now that they're doing digital transformation, it is now opening windows of opportunities, diba? So you take it as such na parang anong pwede kong opportunity dyan.
Correct.
So, the mindset should not always be, ay hala, mapapalitan na ako ng chatbot, mapapalitan na ako ng system, mapapalitan na ako ng technology. So they said it should always be an opportunity for you to find out and assess ano yung kaya ng human na hindi kayang gawin ng system.
Ang ganda nung pagka-highlight mo dyan, Len. I want to give PSTD as an example. Kasi PSTD, di ba, everyone knows PSTD as someone who provides trainers. Yung, kumbaga kami mismo, as the training facilitators, kami yung naggagawa ng mga training. Meron kang mga fundamentals of training and development, meron kang digital facilitation, meron kang design, etc. Pero nakita nyo, like in the past 3 weeks, si PSTD, hindi na siya yung immediately lang na taga-bigay na ng training, no? Taga-curate. So ang nangyari was, the evolution was, we started designing based on the needs that we got from the people who answered the survey and the research that we had. And then we started creating learning for them because we understand the need because of all of those insights. So ngayon, what happened was this community started to grow so big. Like every day we are averaging what 370 to sometimes 500 people attending our webinars. And that's because they understand that these learnings are helping them. And we're not even the ones delivering them, di ba? Like they're delivered by people from different parts of the world because they are saying yes to our volunteer work. So, di ba ang galing, no? Medyo nag-shift yung ano into, instead of just delivering the training, it becomes a curation ngayon for us.
Yep.
Yun. Right? Sige, let's move now to the next theme kasi it's 3:30. So para ma-cover natin lahat. Palitan natin yung setup para talagang chillax, no? And this one I want to challenge the audience. The theme now is the importance of L&D in developing org culture. Ayan, para mas palalim tayo. Ano sa tingin nyo ba yung importansya ng L&D doon sa pag-develop ng ating organizational culture habang tayo ay nasa crisis mode? And this time, instead of asking Len and Nerissa directly, I want to ask any brave soul in the audience. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Tapos we're going to unmute you. Of course, not all of you ha. Siyempre, baka naman mamaya maloka tayo. Hindi maubos natin yung oras. So raise your hand who would like to provide some insights. Meron, I'll allow Miggy Ericta to talk. Miggy, I unmuted you na.
Yeah. Am I heard so far?
Yes. Miggy, can you tell us where you're from and what drink you're holding on your hand? Tapos let us know the response to the question.
Right. I don't have any drink right now, but ang pinaka share ko kasi is I drink knowledge and learning. Syempre.
Ang lalim mo, grabe.
Ayun. Yeah, kasi it's really a great opportunity to learn from people like you, and matagal ko nang hinihintay itong pagkakataong ito actually to bond with fellow PSTD members, especially na I'm actually an ex-member. So
maging current member ulit, ha?
Oo nga, gusto ko maging member uli eh. Yung challenge ko lang is the finances actually. Ayun.
Sige. So what do you say about the importance of L&D in developing org culture during crisis?
Right. Exactly. So as mentioned earlier, parang nasabi na rin nating speakers, but I wanna add my own insight to what was actually shared. So number one, the importance of L&D is to keep everyone relevant. Kasi syempre, as an L&D practitioner, we always care about the growth, the advancement of people's potential. So kung walang L&D right now, especially pag may crisis, we would remain stagnant. Tsaka magiging irrelevant tayo. So magandang pinointed ng mga speakers yan because napaka moving ng insight na yon, because as an L&D practitioner, we also have to upskill ourselves kasi lahat ng natutunan natin are things that we could also share to the culture itself. So that's my 2 cents.
John, naka-mute ka.
Sorry. Ayan, sorry naman. Miggy, kala ko si Miggy yung minute ko. Sarili ko pala yung minute ko. Miggy, maraming salamat sa insight mo. In fact, what I was saying was, I prepared some like concluding speech later, and that's one of the things that I will highlight on. How L&D is a great instrument to making people relevant. Salamat kasi I think a lot of us sometimes become insecure, no? Diba? Especially for L&D practitioners, ang parating iniisip is, ay, pag L&D tapos may crisis, talagang unang chop sa budget yan.
Right. Yes.
Diba? So what we have to do now is to exert our relevance and importance. And I think to your point, our importance is we are the ones who enable the relevance of people. So thank you so much, Gigi, for that very important insight, ha?
Right.
Okay. Let's try Janine Xiongsu. Ayan, allowed to talk. Janine, naririnig mo na ba kami?
Yes po, sir. Loud and clear.
Ayan. Janine, can you tell us what organization you're from and then what your drink is and then answer the question for us?
Yes po, sir. Ano po ako, teacher po ako sa Rizal Special Education Learning Center sa Davao. Right, right now po yung iniinom ko po, mayroon akong water at mayroon akong banana, and earlier uminom din po ako ng shake. wag na. I don't want to sweat all the details.
Okay. So what can you share for us about the importance of L&D, Janine?
Um, kapag ano kasi, kapag if we are saying learning kahit po nasa bahay po, we are being encouraged to watch webinars and related stuff kasi kahit saan ka man na lugar, and ECQ man o GCQ, but you still need of course to learn.
Right.
Ika nga, it doesn't come, it comes spontaneously. Kahit sa internet, you can really have something to learn. This is what I really love about here with the PSTD webinar that I saw yesterday. Thank you so much po sa sa webinar that I'm gonna really apply this when I will, and share this one also with my colleagues para po sa sa transformation po ng digital education po sa amin.
Ay, maraming salamat, Jeline. Alam mo, nakakataba ka ng puso. Kasi people have that misinterpretation na yung ginagawa natin ay para lang sa mga trainers. Hindi po. Yung ginagawa po ni PSTD is to be able to empower all types of educators, mentors, trainers, facilitators, lahat po ng taga-enable ng talent. So kung magagamit niyo po siya, gamitin niyo talaga. Just like what Janine has shared to us today. So let's go to our panelists naman, no. What Glenn, what do you think is siguro just mention one or two things that you think is the importance of L&D in developing organizational culture during crisis?
Yeah. Okay. I know you know me as a marketing practitioner, but I was not able to mention that prior to me joining Pioneer Insurance, I was with Mondenisin Corporation, where I was with marketing for more than a decade. Then I shifted to learning and development. So the reason why I did that is because nga magkamag-anak yung learning and development and marketing. Well, first you need to understand the profile of your audience, di ba? So during this crisis now, you will be able to see not just common to your own employees, but to the entire market. There's fear, there's anxiousness, di ba? So ang learning and development, ang role niya does not stop in just equipping or skilling people. Right now, what is very important for learning and development to be relevant and appreciated is to understand what people are going through. And we are currently amidst a crisis. So people need assurance. They need to be provided with equipping tools, how they can overcome stress. Also, yung mental wellness, di ba? So, doon nagiging relevant si learning and development. So, kahit na kasi ang dami nating pa-skilling, di ba? Parang, equip people, webinar, ang dami. Pero kung kulang sila doon sa peace of mind, then mahirap ma-absorb lahat ng mga learning skills na to. So, what I'm just pointing out is, number one, know what your market is going through. And in this case, your employees, diba? And they are undergoing uncertainties. They are undergoing rough times. So baka dapat din, you profile them and then know what exactly the kind of mga trainings or skilling or activities that should be given. Parang may right timing, merong right So hindi lang yung just because may libre or merong gusto mo ma-equip sila kaagad ganito itong mga to. So what I'm trying to say lang is similar to a marketing practice, you need to profile your audience. You need to understand where they are at right now. You need to develop a campaign or a plan, or in this case nga, programs that are relevant at this time. So that's my take on that one.
Glenn, I love your point. I love your emphasis on empathy. When you said that your employees are also your market. Because I think like a lot of people still are confused about the importance of like employees being part of all of these things. Kasi eto, I want to highlight LV Tarobal's point. No? She said that as partner of human capital development, L&D is a strategic spot now because of its role in making that vision of transformation through responsive L&D programs. And I think the reason when you talked about empathy and understanding the needs of employees is if you have this big vision, 'di ba, which is the digital transformation part, how will you be able to move people towards that vision if they don't think that you are understanding their needs? Or if you don't think that you are addressing some of those needs through the probably initiatives that the organization has to make, as part of its strategies. I really loved how you framed it that way. What about you, Nerissa? Ano sa tingin mo naman yung importansya nung L&D in developing org culture during crisis?
Actually, now is a perfect time for L&D to be taking the stage and initiating a lot of not only just programs, activities, but deeper than that. No? Because I don't think that we have been ready for pandemic. No? Hindi tayo pandemic ready eh. So nabigla tayo. Nung si ECQ na-introduce, biglang, okay, everybody work from home. And to be honest, I think majority of the population that we have are not accustomed to working from home. Even maybe for some companies who are global, they don't usually allow, if not, hindi naman sa they don't allow, but people don't work in their homes for a period of month or more than a month. Usually they will do once or twice a week, then go back to work, right? And so to me, during this time, it's actually the behaviors of the leaders that really is very important.
Yeah.
Because when you're coming from a standpoint of, company where traditional ka, laging kita mo yung tao sa harapan mo, tapos all of a sudden, okay, nag-work from elsewhere yan. If you're a control freak, and this I will copy from what Eileen is, by the way, one of the attendees here, no? She's our learning academy lead sa Security Bank.
Yeah.
Sabi niya sa akin the other day, there has to be a change in mindset, no? From command to a more coach, connect, and communicate type of leader. Eh. And to Len's point on empathy, people go through a lot, and even leaders go through a lot. Everybody's going through a lot. But how can that be meaningful for the employees and the leaders? And it starts there. How do you now influence the behaviors of the leaders such that they actually will be able to manage virtually in a very successful manner? And not judge people that, because you're working out of the office, then you're not working. Kasi may mga ganong beliefs eh. May mga ganong, di ba, paminsan, paano namin Nerissa malalaman kung productive sila or hindi? Eh, di ba may deliverables? Meron pa rin naman silang KRAs. They, at the end of the day, if they provide the outcome, regardless of whether you see them at work or they work from home, should not be an issue at all. But sometimes it's really just the mindset. And how can L&D influence that mindset? It's really providing those webinars, discussions, learning interaction, just like this, small groups where you could actually talk about, okay, what are we going through right now? And what are some of the challenges that we're facing? How can we make it better for the people that we work with? As in, honest and open communication is very important, because unless that's surfaced, and people will just go with the flow, na hindi pinaproseso yung change na pinagdadaanan. Mahirap yan. You go through a point where you'll be burnt out, or you just actually don't know how to deal with it. So the part on coaching is really asking questions, how the employee is, are you okay? What support can I give you? And that has to be replicated across the organization for it to work, because we don't know how it's going to look like, post ECQ, GCQ. It's definitely going to be different, and therefore small steps that we can do now so that we can influence the bigger population later on.
Right. Thank you so much, Nerissa, for some of those tangible tips. Before we go to the next one, sobrang interesting din kasi next. So in a culture perspective, we have a question from Carl San Pedro. And this one, I just need your short responses, Len and Nerissa, kahit na tig-isa lang. Sabi ni Cal, in the perspective of culture, can you share some insight on how L&D has demonstrated to help the organization transform towards that digital journey, that digital transformation journey? Ano yung na-embody ni L&D sa inyong organizations na you think significantly help? Len, siguro ikaw, you can start if
Yeah.
you have.
Oo. As mentioned, early 2019, we already started with the different phases of the digital transformation. And one of the key, in fact, yung mga mandatories namin doon, isa doon yung culture building. Because nga, as mentioned, it will require a different mindset. It should be anchored on the company's mission, vision, core values. And those are mostly L&D works, di ba? So, and then culture building in terms of one of the things that was mentioned kanina is agility, di ba? And agility is not just the work of the leader. So kung hindi magiging agile yung buong kumpanya, tas walang mga L&D intervention, even if we invest in technology, if the people who will execute it will not be able to cope up or does not have the willingness to do it, then sayang din yung investment, di ba? So very crucial yung role ng L&D. That's why we identified already various programs to be able to make sure nasasabay. So as we introduce new technology, new system, new process, new business models, may skilling na sumasabay so that people will be able to embrace the digital transformation journey.
Right. Thank you so much for that. No, so technically, what you're saying is L&D is is one that empowers the capability for people to adjust towards
Yes.
the technology. Not just adjust, pero adjust quickly. Kasi yung agility required. Di ba? Thank you so much for that, Len. Nerissa, what about you? What
Very
for you?
similar to Leno. It is an enabling function. So they actually play a very important role in a transformation, whether it be digital or not. No? Ano yan, big picture kasi dapat naintindihan nila yung entirety of the transformation. It's not just going to be just one segment of this. You know, they will have to think about the big picture and how they can play a role in making it happen so that the culture is more cohesive, hindi kalat. They will be the ones also preparing for communication, handling of change management. Yan, L&D yan. Because that is some of the things that they can actually introduce when we go through change. So people who will go through change will have to go through change management and other project management, for example, would be key programs that they should be running when transformation is happening.
Right. Oh, thank you so much.
John, I forgot to add lang.
Len.
Okay, now I will wear my marketing hat. Okay. In our company, marketing and learning and development collaborate a lot because what we communicate externally as the brand personality should be consistent and more particularly true and evident among employees. Kasi, di ba, employees are brand ambassadors. They're your walking ambassadors. So, it should be very consistent. So, that's also my encouragement to other companies. While marketing is in charge of communicating externally and OD or learning and development are in charge of communicating internally, there must be an alignment and a strong collaboration to make sure that the brand personality or the identity of the company that is being communicated is very, very consistent.
Right. Thank you for that. And it also shows kasi a huge amount of authenticity and trail. Kasi it makes authenticity so easy if whatever it's being reflected inside, you know, marketing / L&D wise, it's also what's being reflected outside. Diba? The messaging should be the same. Thank you for that. And I hope everyone learned a lot dun sa importance ng kultura, no, in developing and being molded by L&D during the crisis. Now let's spend 5 minutes dito sa last. Ayan. Bilisan natin dito, and because this one naman has been thoroughly discussed in the last two webinars. Eh. And this time, I'm gonna ask the audience in the chat box, no? How do we form learning communities using digital tools? The reason why this is important is because yung sinasabi natin kanina na lahat tayo nasa krisis at lahat to bago sa atin. Mas mabilis tayong makapag-adjust dun sa krisis pag tayo ay nagla-learn as a community. Kasi pag tayo ay nagla-learn as a community, mas mabilis na bubuo yung kultura. Yun yung ating pinag-usapan dun sa second team. So ngayon ang question is, ano yung ginagawa nyo, ano yung tools na ginagamit nyo in forming learning communities in your organizations right now? I want to see them in the chat box para ating mai-engage ang ating mga audience, and we can also learn from one another. And also, syempre, our speakers and our panelists will be able to see your insights and comment on them. So I'll read some of them na ha. Like for example, ayan, Jean Margaret Gonzalez, she said that we need to be able to choose the right platform that the learners will use. This is so true, no? Kasi hindi lahat ng platform pare-pareho para sa lahat. Kailangan talaga mapag-aralan kung ano yung mag-fit sa inyo. Sabi ni Leon, collab tool is key, but that requires L&D to be effective. Sobrang powerful. Si Leon ay IT, guys. Para alam nyo lang. Kaya talagang gano'n na kanya input. Napaka-sharp siya dun sa collab tools. Egay is saying, sharing tools and concepts. Ayan, tama naman, 'di ba? We need to learn from one another kasi nga pare-pareho tayo nangangapa din. Leverage on social media as a platform for informal learning. This one, I would like to get your insight. Anyone lang, like Len or Nerissa. Baka this is whichever is closer to your heart, no? Do you think social media is a good platform for community learning?
Okay. May I give my thoughts on that one?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. I will wear my marketing hat muna about social media. Social media is used to, post, of course, to update people. It's used to boost your self-image, di ba? Parang ano siya, source of your self-esteem and whatnot. So, right now, for learning, we are using it because it is the available platform accessible to most of the people.
Yes.
But the question there is it effective? Right now, I'm not sure because I don't have data that would show me to substantiate, diba, na it is effective or not. So perhaps that's the role of the training agencies or training to come up with studies on to show. But of course, I have my own data as far as its effectivity for marketing campaigns. So what I'm trying to say is, if the question is it effective for training and development or for learning, unless I will see some data that would say so, then I would believe that. Because right now, the struggle that we are facing is with the work from home arrangement, we are not just multi-screening. We are at the same time multitasking. I'll give you an example. While our Teams meeting is ongoing, I have Viber message that would notify, I have Messenger that would notify, and then I have email that will pop up. And then all of a sudden, I want to answer all of it, di ba? At the same time, I'm listening to a webinar. Okay. Habang nangyayari lahat yon, lalapit yung aming manang, ate, ano pong lulutuin ko? O kaya lalapit yung anak mo, Mom, I need help on the ganyan-ganyan, di ba? This is the challenge right now. How do we not just create communities, but be able to utilize it effectively? In a case of a classroom training, wala kang magagawa, nandun ka di ba? So, nakakahiyang to open your laptop and do your office work kasi you're attending a training, the company is investing on that. You don't do also Instagram while training is ongoing, di ba? But with the the setup right now, that where we are in and where we are all operating because of the ECQ and the work from home arrangement, it is now a reality that we need to face, diba? So I guess the challenge there is always think for ways, not just utilizing the tools, but how do we make it more sensorial? Similar to what we're doing right now, di ba? Kaya may pa-drinks eh. Para
Oh,
nasa-stimulate yung ating sense of taste, di ba?
correct.
So, ang challenge lang siguro to us right now is not to forget that people still have other senses aside from visual. So in developing these platforms, let's also have that at the back of our head to realize how can we make sure that while we are talking, they are not in the Instagram, they are not writing, painting, they are not, kasi alam naman natin that our mind can only retain or focus one task at a time, di ba? So though our hands are able to move freely and do multitask, um, hindi nakaka-capture ng brain. So I guess yun yung dapat na makita nating challenge ngayon, na how can we make it even more sensorial even with the use of digital platforms lang.
Maganda yung highlight no na yung, I mean, it's a mix of focus and all, it's a mix of focus amidst the distractions, and it's also maximizing other sources of learning, not just through visual or the things that you scroll, right? Yeah, that's a very good insight for all of us, especially when we are all subjected to these type of things around social media and all. Nerissa, baka may napusuan ka kasi ang dami ng comments, no? Nakita mo
Yeah.
yung mga
Actually,
ka-chat.
nagbabasa ako dun sa mga comments. But nakikinig din ako kay Len, ha? Baka sabihin nila, hindi ako
O susunod kita kay Luz.
So maybe baka may gustong mag-participate sa nag-chat, no? I think there are a couple of comments here on social
Sige.
media.
Sige, let's see if there are some people who want to answer this question. Pa-raise na lang ng inyong hand, tapos we're gonna unmute you para we can get 2 more people, tapos we can start wrapping up, ha?
Yep.
Ang bilis, no? Nagulat ako, 1 hour na agad.
I know, maganda yung topic kasi. Ganda.
Right. So tingnan natin sa ating participants, sino ang mga nakataas. Si Krisha. Krisha, are you ready? You have an insight. I'm gonna allow you to talk. Hello, Krisha.
Hello.
Hi, mabuhay. Kamusta? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello?
I'm from Batangas City po. Teacher from Division of Batangas City.
Yay, panalo. Sige, go. What do you think? How do we use or how do we form learning communities, Krisha, using digital tools?
For me po, as a teacher, we all know that not all our students have internet access in their house. So for me, I'm just having a survey first, then asking them if they can adapt to my materials that I'm going to send to them. But if not, I'm go to their house and give the printed material so that they can also learn while they are in their house.
Oh my God, Krisha, sana ganito tayo kaswerte lahat ng teacher katulad.
Yes.
Sa bahay.
Magde-deliver siya ng lesson material sa bahay. Krisha, gusto ko yung gusto ko yung strategy mo na may PNA ka muna. 'Di ba?
Oo,
Meron
yun.
ng survey. Kasi hindi niya yung mga estudyante niya bago siya umakto, no? Kasi kailangan nga naman, limited yung resources, limited yung energy natin, tapos mag-aakto tayo na hindi naman akma doon sa kailangan, talagang sayang yung effort. So, Krisha, mabuhay ka at sana
Thank you.
wag kang magsawa at mapagod gawin yung ginagawa mo.
Teacher Krisha, I'm so proud of you kasi
Thank you po.
ng teachers ay may ganyang puso, 'di ba? Na looking for ways on how to make sure that their students will continue to learn.
We're still learning po in their house.
Opo. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
O baka meron pang ibang magbigay ng insight. Si Rosa Katrina, ito. Rosa Katrina, alam ko di ba boss mo yata itong si Nerissa? Sige, tapangan mo ngayon. Rosa,
Hello.
we can hear you na.
Hi. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
You can call me
Good
Trina.
afternoon.
I haven't met Miss Nerissa, but
Correct.
I've heard a lot from you from my boss, Miss
Ako
Ailey.
sana good things.
Ah, yeah, of course. Kamukha mo daw si Marian Rivera. Sabi
Ay,
sa
oo nga! Oh my God!
messaging sa messenger namin. Hello, nice to see you in person. I'd like to contribute lang to the discussion because digital is my jam. It's something that really interests me, and there's a lot of opportunities for L&D to really reinvent ourselves when it comes to digitizing our content. And
Correct.
ang thrust namin kasi in SBC Academy is to still preserve the experience, the same type of experience that our employees have during our classroom trainings, and basically just changing the platform. So
Mm.
we're trying to preserve pa rin yung mga interactive activities namin. Even in our standalone e-learning programs, we still try to preserve that experience na it's still learner friendly and learner centered. Now, the reason why there's a challenge for us right now during this crisis mode is because not everyone's given the tools. So there are some employees who are still working from home, but they don't have the full capability to work from home. What am I saying? So for example, there are employees who are capable of working from home. They have the right tools, but what about those that have very limited resources?
Right.
So I think based on what Miss Len has mentioned, social media is working right now because it's the most available tool that we have, and there are a lot of free webinars that we can leverage on. And for us, kasi at least for our team, we uh, we choose our communication tools wisely. So
Yeah.
each communication tool has to serve a specific purpose. Like we use our social media messaging apps for informal communication, but for formal communication, of course, we still stick to the bank sanctioned apps. So um, it's a bit overwhelming kasi with all the tools that we have, especially with Office 365. We don't know which tool to use. So I think it's also the job of L&D to really um, make the organization understand and give purpose to each communication or to each tool. So for now, I think social media. Kasi I also came from a telco, so we had a Facebook like portal for for within our organization, yung workplace. And with that, I've experienced and I've um, felt that it was effective because it was a quick kill, just to summarize it.
Thank you so much, Rosa. Sorry, Trina pala. Thank you so much, Trina. No? And while Nerissa is probably thinking to respond, let me just highlight yung point about social media. I think based then on our experience on PSTD on penetration, social media has reached so many people because of Facebook. And while it's a bit distracting because sometimes your informal and your personal blurs what you're supposed to do on official. Kasi for some weird reason, statistically, Philippines is one of the highest users of Facebook in the world. So, ang ganda nung sinabi ni Len na ang bilis ng access at saka mababa yung barrier for people to adjust because they're already using and they're already accustomed to it. So when we started using Facebook Live, ang taas kaagad ng views and interaction ng mga tao when it comes to the webinar. So that suddenly became a learning for us afterwards. And I think that's also the reason why our reach has expanded so significantly, even to the far-flung provinces, no? When it comes to PSTD Learn from Home. So thank you, Trina, for mentioning that so that other people will also make use of the community. I also want to remind everyone that one of the videos under PSTD videos is Facebook, how to use nifty tricks from Facebook on how to create communities of learning. So baka gusto niyo siyang tingnan, siya yung si Ashman yan. So Nerissa, baka you have some insights on what Trina said.
Yeah, so I guess I don't have anything to add, no, because they've already mentioned a lot of stuff in relation to social media. But just wanted to thank you, John, for inviting us over to be one of your Chica mates for this afternoon. We learned equally as well as sharing some of our insights and experiences, but also very happy that the audience have been very interactive and sobrang dami exchanges. Doon ako natutuwa sa mga exchanges sa chat. No? So really wonderful that we were part of this. So thank you. Thank you to PSTD also.
Welcome. How about you, Len? Some final thoughts since we're already almost near the close.
Yes, I would just like to emphasize on the visual that I am seeing right now. I mentioned this to Luz before. Sabi ko, as a homeschooling mom, my vision then was to raise a God-fearing son with a global mind and a Filipino heart. And we shifted to homeschooling because we believe the world is our classroom. And you learn best if it's, not just inside the classroom. You learn because of multiple ways of learning. You learn because you're able to touch, to feel, to smell, to appreciate what's around you. And where we are at right now, which is we are in uncertain times and unpredictable moments, let's take this as an opportunity to learn. Ito na yung pagkakataon na matuto tayo sa next normal or the new normal, di ba? So I don't think that the world will go back to where it was before unless the vaccines will be available or the virus will go away. So we need to move forward and we need to adapt to a lot of changes that will happen. So yung sa akin, para ma-embrace yun, kailangan let's take advantage of every opportunity to learn, and not just to learn, to pivot on what we're supposed to do in order to not just for our company to survive, but for our families and ourselves to try to thrive in this new normal.
Alright.
So yun po yung sa akin.
Maraming salamat, Len, for that very inspiring message. Now, let me take this moment to formally close the first season of PSTD Learn from Home. Di ba ang dami nyong nakuha na themes, no? How to digitize learning, the roles that leaders play during crisis, and how to support teams. I want to use this moment to reflect some of the learnings that we were able to get from the last 3 weeks. I think I want to give muna, I want us to emphasize on the reality that we are currently taking a big hit. Diba? It's an uncertain time. The economy will take a big hit. You know, it's inevitable that a lot of people will lose their jobs and their livelihood. And it will create some distress, more than what we are undergoing right now. And I'm not scaring you. What I'm trying to do is I want you to understand and not deny na meron tayong ganong possible na imminent future. And that distress will start to raise expectations on people. It will start to raise expectations on private companies. Kasi pag lumiit yung mga industriya natin dahil may impact sa ekonomiya, mas marami yung kailangan mag-compete. 'Di ba? Kung mas marami yung kailangan mag-compete, kailangan mas pagalingan tayo, 'di ba? Paandar talaga yung ating mga capabilities. Sa public service ganun din. Pag distress ang mga tao, pag wala namang ibang pwedeng takbuhan yan kung hindi public service, 'di ba? So tataas din yung expectation sa gobyerno. That's normal kasi crisis and these are also the same reasons why L&D is very relevant. Kasi the need to create new capabilities is actually very, very high. Bago nga 'di ba? Bago yung ating pinagdadaanan. Like for example, new capabilities like going digital. Simply because everyone is going digital. Wala naman tayong ibang pupuntahan Yun yung isa sa mga emphasis natin. Everyone's going digital. Yung face-to-face natin are all becoming virtual classrooms. Yung mga ibang lugar na walang internet, napansin nyo, tinataasan nila yung frequency ng radio so that more people can get information. And everyone is adjusting to that. We will need new capabilities for leadership. Mas mataas yung empathy na requirement pag hindi tayo nagkikita araw-araw, di ba? At saka sabi nga ni Len kanina, paano mo mapapagalaw yung mga tao mo doon sa vision kung wala kang empathy, kung they don't feel that they care about you. And pangatlo, yung kultura, 'di ba? Yung new capabilities in creating positive cultures in organization. Kasi kahit na gaano kagaling yung L&D nyo, pag yung kultura hindi magfo-form in the organization, whatever capabilities you have will not be sustainable. So those new capabilities, all of us are responsible for that. Now, again, ibalik natin sa realidad, no? These will entail costs, sabi nga ni Len at ni Nerissa kanina. Siyempre, when you're going for digital transformation, it will entail cost. That's a reality. And the reality also is that there's scarcity in budget kasi nga may economic effect. Pero it doesn't mean that we should stop with the learning investments. It just means that we need to be more strategic and creative. Diba? We need to be more strategic and creative. And sometimes all it takes is a plan. Ano ba yung plan na yon? Sabi nga ni Nerissa kanina, you have to understand the needs. You align the needs to the capabilities, right? What else? Once the needs are aligned, we act on those needs. 'Di ba? From dati training facilitation, ngayon mag-curate na tayo, etc. And once that plan is in place, we get our best implementers to work. So as you can see, this is a perfect opportunity for L&D people because it takes strategy to create organizational capability. And that process, yung bridge na yon, that important mechanism in between, that's us. That's what Len is doing. That's what Nerissa is doing with her team. We are the link between strategy and organizational capability. So if hanggang ngayon dinadoubt nyo pa rin yung sarili nyo kung gaano ka-valuable yung L&D, please stop doubting yourself now. Let's organize how learning will happen so that it will be more impactful in our organization. And let's use this community, guys. Let's use this community. Ang dami natin, no? Diba? Let's use this community to draw out our strengths, inspire one another, tapos get learnings from one another. Kasi when we have each other in this journey, it becomes more bearable, enlightening, and energizing. Kasi we are learning as one. So that's my message for everyone as we close this session. And again, maraming salamat, Len, and maraming salamat, Nerissa, for being our special guests today. Nakakatuwa na sobrang nagchichikahan lang tayo pero nagulat tayo 1 oras na 1 hour 15 minutes na, guys. So I hope everyone learned a lot from that. I hope you guys will find this learning experience also something that you can take home, into your organizations and inspire more people. Kasi that's why this community is here. So thank you for everyone who are here and who have attended. And sana po we made your Saturday a bit more bright, now that you were able to attend Chillax. So maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Siguro let's give Len and Nerissa some silent round of applause in the chat box. Kasi hindi namin kayo nakikita. maraming salamat. Ayan, nakikita nyo na. Len and Nerissa, ang dami, di ba? Ayan. So Len and Nerissa, I will send the chat messages to you because baka may makuha rin kayong mga insights from the chat messages for your organizations as a form of thank you for attending and also being panels to Chillax.
Yeah, thank you. And also just to promote my personal advocacy, those who are interested to know more about homeschooling, you can approach me.
Yes. Maraming salamat. And mabuhay po kayong lahat. Have a nice and restful weekend, everyone. See you again next week.